Hi, this is Harinder Cheema from India. And at the outset, I'd like to greet all my fellow poets, writers, literary enthusiasts from all across the world. In the same breath, I'd like to congratulate dear brother Kumar Prasanna for this wonderful initiative of getting fertile brains from all across the world and putting them under the shade of one umbrella. This is indeed a Herculean task, and he deserves all the praise, all the appreciation for it. And this, in fact, is a service to mankind and literature. So I also want to express my heartfelt gratitude for inviting me here to this special program. And today, I'm going to talk about poetry and my personal journey. A very first obvious question to any poet is that why did you choose to write poetry? After facing many interviews, conversations, discussions, talks, I've seen this is always a first question. And I have a very different answer to it. My answer is that poetry chose me. And I say this with absolute humility, because when I look back at my childhood, I feel that I was blessed with a family culture where poetry and literary discussions were a way of life. I've mentioned in many interviews, talks, discussions, conversations that my father has been a great influence on my life and my writings. Poetry, poets, their works, writers, playwrights were discussed daily at our home. You know, we had those literary discussions and we used to listen to him with great curiosity, interest, with great awe and respect. And when he used to say that, now I'm tired and now we'll discuss the other part of it tomorrow, we used to wait with bated breath as we wanted to know more. And now I feel that he used to do it very deliberately and intentionally. He was actually grooming us. He was shaping us. By us, I mean his 3 children, me and my brothers. So I feel that I have been shaped into a poet, and the universe was doing it. My destiny was doing it. He was the first who identified this talent in me. And he knew that his discussions are generating interest. He wanted us to ponder on the knowledge that he was imparting us, and he wanted us to return with greater interest. So, and we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. My teachers in school and my father at home motivated me to participate in creative writing competitions, in debates, declamations, and also my teachers provided me with opportunities where I could showcase my talent. And once I started winning prizes left, right, and center, that boosted my confidence. After I joined college, I became the managing editor of the college magazine, and I received college color in public speaking. Later, I became an anchor. I scripted and hosted events and shows. And Then there was a time that I started performing poetry, spoken word as you say it, at the India Habitat Center, a very culturally alive place located in Delhi, New Delhi, capital of India. It was there that the love, the adulation, the praise that I received there motivated me further. People wanted to follow me on social media. I was not on social media then. And they urged me to become a published author. So the one very important thing that I would like to share here is that I never stopped writing. I was doing so many things, but in my me time, I used to refresh my system by writing maybe one small poem or a number of poems, but I used to do it. I used to write and refresh myself. So I had this body of work with me, and becoming a published author was not difficult for me. So after becoming a published author, well, rest is history. I won a lot of recognition, honors, awards. But more than that, I saw that the path was so clear now. That passion has, shown me the way. And of course, I'm still in that journey and I'm loving it. So now what poetry means to me? Poetry is not a science. Poetry doesn't have a set definition. So what poetry means to me, I would like to share it with all of you in my own poetic way, presenting a poem, Poetry. Poetry is like a river to me, flowing with the silt of rich thoughts. Poetry is like symphony that touches the chords of the hearts. Poetry is the inner profundity weaved in mesmerizing words. These words flying far and wide, just like the migratory birds. Poetry is a medicine to me that can heal the tormented souls. Poetry is the nectar to me, served in a beautiful bowl. Poetry is a vehicle to me that carries my messages to the world. It is my connect with the divine, and I write what I received from God. So I write what I received from God. So poetry is that natural to me. With the blessing of the God, I've never faced any creative drought or writer's block. Poetry comes very natural. There may be paucity of time at times, but never a creative drought. So, of course, you would like to know the themes that I write on. And I would like to say that I write about everything under the sun. Anything that touches me deep, anything that inspires me. And I think a great quality of a great poet is that he does not write about big or great things. In fact, he makes the small, mundane, routine things appear great. So he can transform the mundane into sublime. That's the quality of a good poet. So if you want to just get an idea about what inspires me, again, I'd like to share that in the form of a poem, The Poet's Office. The Poet's Office. I get up early in the morn, sometimes even before dawn. My office has no fixed hours. I have to travel near and far. And you thought being a poet is easy? To fill the bag of my mind, inspiration I have to find. Some from the mountains, some from the sky, some from the village belly, some from the shepherd boy, some from the flowers on the trees, some from the busy honey bees, some from the fresh morning dew, some from the petals new, some from the squirrels and the birds. Every day I visit their world. And then I weave thoughts into words and send them to different worlds, mounting them on the social media chariot. Whole day I run in sweat. And you thought being a poet is easy? For hours I wait for the moon. The sun inspires me in the noon. To get a better view of a star, sometimes I travel very far. I climb peaks to touch the snow. I pray for rains and the rainbow. I cry to see the fish in the net. My office doesn't close even after sunset. My mind travels to foreign lands and sends signals to my hands. And as I collect the thoughts in my cart, the ink flows from my heart. That is how I create a verse. My office is the whole universe. And you thought being a poet is easy? So, as I said, my office, my inspiration is the whole universe. There are lessons written everywhere, practically everywhere. And a poet, even if he doesn't have a sharp sight, he is possessed with a deep insight. It is a poet who can read and who receives lessons from the sky, from the moon, from the sun, from the trees, from the birds, from the squirrels. And these messages are then woven into beautiful poems. Well, if you want to know what all these things can teach us, then let me share with you again a poem, The Book of Life. The river of thoughts flowing within me gathers the silt of knowledge. This life itself is a big book, each page a school, a college. Every day I learn from the vastness of the sky to make my heart big, to forget those who have wronged me and the past not take. Each day the birds teach me that it is more important to be free and not to be caught in the net of temptations to acquire fame in a hurry. Each day the fallen leaf tells me that as compost it goes back to the tree, and though fallen from the heavens high, my soul can still connect with divinity. Each day I see the caterpillar braving challenges to become a butterfly, and blessed with a complex brain, we humans complain and cry. Each day the flowers bloom, spreading fragrance and color, but with toxic thoughts we pollute our minds, making our life dull. Each day I look at the mountain, which tries to touch the sky, an impossible feat though it is, but I marvel as it tries. Each day you will learn something. If you open your inner eyes, your own awakening can alone make you so profound and wise. Yes, there are lessons written everywhere. You just need to open your inner eyes. And things seem so beautiful. Trust me, if you can read these lessons, if you can learn from nature, your life will change, because you will stop complaining about small things, and you will start looking at larger things. Also, I feel that a quality of a good poet, or I should rather say it's a responsibility of a great poet, is that his time should reflect the concerns of his times. You know, whenever somebody wants to know about, study about a particular era or period of time or a particular age, he either refers to history or to literature. For example, T.S. Eliot's Wasteland indicates a pervasive sense of disillusionment about the state of affairs of the modern society of post-World War Europe. He talks about spiritual sterility, about moral depravity that was prevalent in those times. Similarly, William Shakespeare, he brought the core values of England Renaissance, like humanism and realism, and incorporated them in his written works. So it is very important that we, the contemporary poets, also should talk about the social issues or the larger issues. The pressing need is to talk about things like global warming, climate change, and how we are plundering and looting the nature in the name of progress and advancement. So we should be raising our voice through poetry against such issues, because a poet certainly has all the liberty to write about the sun and the moon, but he should also write about confused December and June. So let me present a poem where I'm talking about these issues, which I feel is a pressing need of the present times. So the title of the poem is The Intelligent Fool. Where dost thou go, O silent river, and why are you so sullen? Is it the fear that the man can change your course and also your destination? Why have you shed all your leaves, O the great banyan looking so brown? Are these your tears that you shed, as you too shall be soon knocked down? O sky, why do you look so dull and drab, covered with the smog, looking like a ravaged woman, her beauty robbed by a rock? Why do you break into pieces, O lofty mountain, your boulders falling down? Your murder will bring death and destruction to the city and the towns. Why do you coo in the night, O confused cuckoo bird? Are you trying to tell that everything is not right with the world? The world is being threatened by many an earthquake, virus, and avalanche. And here the intelligent fool is sitting on a tree and cutting the same branch. Yes, that's the tragedy of modern times. We are plundering nature in the name of progress. We are replacing green jungles with concrete jungles. And this is very dangerous, and it's the responsibility of the poets and the writers to raise such questions. Another subject which is very close to my heart, being a woman, I write women-centric poems, poems which are celebration of womanhood, or touching social causes like female infanticide, or raising my voice against rising crimes against women. So, and also about women empowerment. So these, again, this subject is obviously naturally very close to me. And of course, let me talk through my poetry. When I talk about celebration of womanhood, I'd like to share a poem titled The Creator's Love. The Creator was breathing romance. He did not create a woman just by chance. He wanted to create a beautiful creature. So he started collecting elements from the nature. He took the softness of the dew, freshness from the petals new, brightness directly from the sunlight, serenity of a moonlit night. To this he added the ferocity of a storm, so that no one took for granted her fragile form. Her features he carved with great care, and at his creation, in awe he stared. His heart was filled with a sense of pride, but he also felt jealous that she would become a man's wife. How he wished he could become a mortal and worship her as a goddess, putting her on the pedestal. It is a woman who urged the Almighty Lord, please send me on earth, O my Lord. As man's better half, I will take birth and make his life living worth. The Creator was amazed at her thoughts so pure. Even before taking birth of herself, she was so sure. With a heavy heart and eyes filled with tears, he said, at times you will be abused and disrespected, my dear. With gratitude in her eyes, she promised to make every sacrifice. And that's how she became a man's wife, to bring some sanity in his life. So respect the woman in your life, whether she's a daughter, beloved, or your wife. Remember, the immortal Creator gave her the right, as his ambassador in the mortal world, to create life. Woman is second only to God. And I have reasons, and I have stated them. So, yes, talking about a poet's love now for romantic poetry. Well, no poet can be complete if he doesn't write or she doesn't write about love and romance. And love and romance is such a beautiful emotion that it makes poetry look so beautiful. Or a poem, or I think every poet at some point or the other does write love poetry. So in the same line, I would like to share one of my poems very close to my heart, and it goes by the title, My Loving Line Sire. He sees the world in my eyes. He sees the star located in the sky very far, and take me for a long drive in a high-end luxury car. And I say, oh, you liar, my loving line sire, He says he will always hold my hand and take me to the foreign lands, love me till eternity, praise me and my beauty. And I say, oh, you liar, my loving lying sire. And I just urge him to keep on lying because time seems to be flying. I'm going to need these lies more as our children leave for foreign shores, as a black one turns into a gray one, as I become a grandmother to grandsons, as wrinkle underline my eyes, more I'm going to need these lies. Thine lies will be my need tire, my loving sire. Your lies make my mind blow. They make me shine, they make me know. They are dearer to me than the truth. I feel the state of lie, my love. So, yes, this is the beauty of poetry and this is the beauty of romance. Going on further, I've written many motivational poems since I'm a motivational speaker. I visit colleges and universities, inspiring and motivating the youth, telling them how they can come out of bad situations and challenges by just being patient, by just doing the right thing in the right way. And I feel that another thing, of course, and there are poems like, don't fret, just change your way. So these poems became very popular. They've been published in anthologies and international magazines. And even I think it's every poet's responsibility to spread messages of peace, of love, universal brotherhood, harmony, and to create a better world environment. And an ethical way of life is the only way of life. And ethics is the foundation of literature. I'm proud to be a member of the International Academy of Ethics. And I think the time is short now, but in this short time, I would like to share another poem, which is all about positive literature, all about positivity, all about facing challenges, but not getting lured by temptations. And even if you're alone on the path of righteousness, you will not be alone for a long time because God will come to hold your hand. Trust me, this is the truth. So sharing a poem, which is my favorite and is an award-winning poem, Just Walk On. Just walk on the path of truth. Your old age will thank your youth. See that nothing can deter you from the righteous path. Even though you have to bear the people's wrath, working hard from dawn to dawn, just walk on. The temptations will lure you. The monotony will bore you. Some people will leave you, but some will believe you. For God's sake and not people's sake, remember you are for a purpose born. Just walk on. The world will not understand you, dear. People will laugh, making you a subject of jeer. On a hazy day with vision clear, materialism will give way when you blow the spiritual horn. Just walk on. Everything is transient, everything will be gone. The palatial houses, the plush lawns. And one day there would be no one to mourn. But you can spread light as a rising sun. The journey itself will come destination. Living eternally, bearing death beneath the roots. Just walk. You will feel you're walking all alone. Proud. There will be perpetual light and eternal day. Angels will greet you on the way. And as a pure soul with impurities gone, just walk on. So I would just like to say that poetry has given me a lot. On a physical level, it has given me awards, trophies, recognition, honors, ornament, strength of mind and character. And it has just kept me alive, and it has kept me kicking and going. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience and journey. And I'm still in this journey. And I'm so in this journey. Poetry has also given me an identity, a recognition, and Google presence. So you can search me on Google now. A person who was not interested in joining social media has an identity today, and it is all due to poetry. So I'm grateful to God, and a message that I want to give you all is that keep your passion alive, keep it burning inside you, and it will change your life. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, poets and writers from all across the world. This is a wonderful experience for me, and I think for you too. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless. Thank you.